They're saying bye, 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 bye to foreign aid. Well, not entirely goodbye, but guess what? We're going to actually put some thought into this process from now on. That's what Marco Rubio says. You see, Elon wanted to figure out what the heck we were spending our money on because it all just goes into this big, big, big bucket called USAID. And if you look at the numbers, they're pretty staggering. In 2023, we spent some $70 billion. In 2022, we spent $44 billion. I don't have the numbers for 24, but I imagine they're up there pretty much as well. That's a lot of money. And they can't really tell you where it's going. It's just doing good things. That's all you need to know. It's USAID, right? Just doing good things. And, you know, if you listen to Ilhan Omar, she wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for USAID.
I am exceptionally upset about USAID. I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world interacts with Americans through programs that provide essential need, they get to see the heart and compassion of the American people. That's right. Yes. Come on now. When someone is struggling because their bridge broke down, when USAID comes in and helps fix that bridge, that creates goodwill for the American people. Yes, yes. When people are dying of malaria and there is medication through USAID, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are fleeing and they need just a little bit of food, and USAID is there to provide that, that creates goodwill for the American people.
So she says it's all about goodwill. It's just us taking care of our neighbors, taking care of other countries in times of need. But that's not exactly how everybody else sees it, because it seems to be a bit of a mirage here. We can't actually get to the bottom of where the money is going. And as such, Elon Musk, who is being brought in effectively as a consultant, right? He's kind of like the consultant. I get it. Nobody likes consultants when they come into your business. But the idea is they're trying to make it run more efficiently and effectively. And nobody's ever brought in a consultant to take a look at the federal government, for goodness sakes. So you get over to this big pile of cash, USAID, and all of a sudden you see, it's going to some rather weird sort of things that we wouldn't have anticipated. And Marco Rubio, as head of state, is like, no, this falls under me, and we're going to actually be smarter about this.
I have long supported foreign aid. I continue to support foreign aid, but foreign aid is not charity. If it saves lives, if it's emergency life-saving aid, food, medicine, whatever, they have a waiver. I don't know how much clearer we can be.
So in other words, if it's really foreign aid for the right reasons, okay. But if this is like some CIA offshoot, well, then maybe we should be characterizing it as a CIA offshoot. In other words, we can't have a slush fund where we don't know where the money's going. We keep doing that, we're going to be no better than Ukraine. Senator Kennedy, he's great. He's like, you know what? They're losing it. And he's kind of funny the way he says it, so we got to listen.
Some of my colleagues are screaming like they're part of a prison riot, that this is unconstitutional and wrong, and they're very process-driven. In my opinion, they should be substance-driven. By that I mean the central question here is, what were we spending taxpayer money on? Whether the president had the authority to do it, and the allegations that Musk is copying down everybody's social security number, I think that's a distraction.
A distraction, because the real thing ought to be about, let's make sure we actually fix this. Can we actually fix this? Because they don't actually want to fix it. No, because then too many people are going to lose too much money along the way. And therein, ladies and gentlemen, lies the problem. I mean, we got a really big government. Only 6% of the workers in Washington, D.C. in that federal government even show up to work Monday through Friday. This is a big problem. It looks like 20,000 of them are about to take the buyout, believe it or not, that Donald Trump is offering. Of course, it's still not enough because he's looking to trim 5 to 10% of the workforce. And, well, 20,000 workers is only 1%. We have too many people that are doing not enough. As a corporation, you wouldn't be able to function like this. Good luck. You look how your stock's going to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Let me tell you, not well. Because you're wasting too much. But now the Democrats are going crazy. Hillary Clinton has an emergency meeting. She just put this out on her Instagram. Elon Musk, they're going to blame him, is mounting we're going to go into a German language thing. A Blitzkrieg-style administrative coup of the U.S. government accessing and editing critical systems that manage everything from Social Security payments to private taxpayer information. Join me in D.C. because we have to demand to stop it. You got to join Hillary's event because she's sure going to be able to stop Elon Musk. She never, ever stopped the outrageous spending that was going on with USAID, etc. She never cared where the money was going. Think about, she was working as Secretary of State, ladies and gentlemen, while her husband was running CGI, Clinton Global Initiative. You know, I've said this to some of you, those that you have been watching this show for at least a year and a half. You may have heard this story. I was always amazed because I used to work at Bloomberg, and they used to have a big partnership with CGI, of course, Clinton Global Initiative and Bloomberg. And I even interviewed Bloomberg on occasion. I remember once in particular for CGI Americas in Chicago. But what struck me about CGI in general was that it was really this kind of access play. Because they'd have this big event in New York City and all these people from all over the world, like countries you'd never heard of, billionaires from all over these places you'd never ever heard of, would get their picture with Bill Clinton. And you see, that was the stamp of approval that a lot of them were looking for. So you pay a lot of money to go to CGI. The Clintons' initiative made a whole lot of money off of this thing, but it was all supposed to be going to the right places, right? I just wonder about that, especially given what we have learned about one Hunter Biden and how he was on the take with Paps. $83,000 a month for a Burisma board job. No board job. Pays $83,000 even a year. He was getting that per month. I mean, we're not even talking about the diamond ring that was just given to him, a raw diamond from the Chinese billionaire looking to do more bad energy, right? Like natural gas, like the real kind of energy, the stuff that the left would always dub as bad that they wanted to actually curtail. I guess if you're in Romania, if you were in Ukraine, if you were in China, and you could pay enough to Hunter Biden or perhaps CGI, then they're doing your bidding. Well, maybe we're going to end all that. And that's really scary for them. But I'll tell you, it's really good for us. It's really good for the U.S. to end all this because we can't afford it. It's one of the reasons why I keep going back to one thing in particular that I like, and that would be none other than my investments in gold. Let me see if I can pull this up for you because I wanted to show you American Heart for Gold. It is one of our sponsors here on the program, American Heart for Gold. And, you know, I like those folks. And, well, they like us, right? Because they sponsor this show. You can get up to $15,000 worth of free silver right now. Text Trish to 65532 or call them at 1-844-495-1115. You can also go over to trishlovesgold.com. trishlovesgold.com right now.